Hi, everyone. So I wanted to go over what is the cost to do some things here in Myrtle Beach. Since I moved down here, I have been going like a crazy person, as you could probably see in some of my previous videos. Um, Lots and lots of stuff to do here in Myrtle Beach, let me tell you. And it's pretty, I think, affordable. You can do it on a budget. I have to tell you, in my first year, you know, I went wild. There it is. I went wild. I was like begging myself for mercy. I was just going so much. It's like, you wait your whole life and then you get to where you want to be and you just go nuts. That's exactly what I did. So anyhow, you can you can live here pretty affordably. A lot of people say, "Oh, you need millions to retire." No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm going to be doing an upcoming video on what my actual costs are to live here, and you know, I think pretty good. You're going to like that video, but this one we're going to stick with what is the cost of the things that I have been doing since I've been here. And I'm going to tell you, I found in my research and looking around for things to do, I have found this one. When I came here, I didn't know anybody. So I found this group and they really were so kind right from the very beginning. They were like friends. They were so warm and welcoming from the very first time I met them. And the kindness is unbelievable. So they do tours here. And I'm going to talk about that because you see all these videos and oh boy, she must have a lot of money. No, I just know how to do it on a budget. So anyway, the name of this group that I go with to a lot of these places um, is called It's called Senior Adventures in Learning and Travel, and their website is wnsalt.com. So this group does day trips, they do classes, they do overnight trips, they do international trips. Um, so far in my first year, I did like a ton of day trips. And I just did my first overnight trip. And that was, you've probably seen the earlier videos of the mountains. Um, so yeah, my next trip is coming up is the Biltmore. So for Christmas. So I'm very excited about that. So there's a lot more, and you could look it up on their website. Like I said, www.wnsalt.com. And Senior Adventures, it's probably like, I'm going to guess, I don't think they really check your age, but, I would say, anything 50, 55 plus. But I don't think it's not like they ask, but I'm knocking on 60 in a couple of months here. So I'm still in my late 50s. So, uh, and they're totally okay with me uh, doing all their trips with them and stuff. So let me give you some idea on what the costs are. Um, so you can see it's pretty affordable here, I think, anyway. And you could spend as much as you want. They have everything from very short day trips, which is just like out thrifting, to go into up and down the coast to hitting all the thrift stores. Yeah. And you know what, too? It's also, while you're doing that, it's a great way to meet people. So if you come here and you don't know anybody, which a lot of people are like that, let me tell you something. I met, not only are the two owners wonderful, but I met I mean, all the people I've met are very kind on these trips, very nice. Um, and I even made a really good friend that I do things outside. We became friends even not from the trips. We meet up and go out to dinner and go to the movies, like so yeah, you really can build good friendships by doing this because you're when you do trips and you're meeting people that really it's the same people that keep doing these trips over and over, so you get to know them. um, if you'll see them a few times at a few trips, you'll start like really getting to know them. Anyway, so let me give you some ideas on what the cost is. So my trip, if you look at the videos just before this one, was to the Blue Ridge Mountains in Lake Lore. And that was 3 nights. And the cost of that was $600. So like I said, I'm doing two, bigger trips. And the next one is going to be Christmas at the Biltmore in North Carolina. And that one is 2 nights for $625. So my other ones coming up, so that gives you an idea when they do it's about that price when they do the ones for a few days. So here, all these other ones that I'm doing, I'm just giving you a sample of the ones I chose. There's a lot more. So coming up, there is in November, it's specialty gift and food shopping, which I like that because you go to all the specialty stores and check out all the different foods. And I love to just, get all their seasonings and all this stuff. So that trip right there is going to be $50. So that's a nice day out for $50. You get to go do your specialty shopping. And also, always, they stop somewhere for lunch, which I love because, boy, they pick some really, different places and sometimes I enjoy the places we stop for lunch as much as the trip itself. And, they'll do a little side thing here and there. If you're on a trip that's a couple hours, they might do a little side trip somewhere else and you get to, you get to see something special you didn't even expect. That happened on a recent trip, and we went, and they just pulled off. It wasn't even on the agenda because we were driving by it to you'll see it on my other videos. I did the Black Swan, Swan and Iris Gardens. There's 8 different, 8 different kinds of swans at Swan Lake in Sumter. So I want to go back in the spring when they have the irises out blooming and they have like craft things. I'll be filming that. So, but I loved that. And it wasn't even on the agenda for what we were supposed to do for the day. That was a stop. I believe that's when we went up to the park, one of the parks for some hiking. And it was just, I'm telling you, I enjoyed that more than the main trip was. So they're awesome like that. They are just it's run by 2 older women, and they kicked off this program. You can read their story on the website. They were from the Alley program at the South Carolina University. And somehow during the pandemic, they decided to branch out on their own and create this business. So they're just wonderful. Anyway, let's go to the next one here. So again, in November, there's a herb workshop coming up. at Crafty Marebrit Farm. And that is in Cades, South Carolina. And that's $40. So an herb workshop, doesn't that sound great? 40 bucks. Get the whole day out, stop for lunch. Not bad. And then, oh, it's going to be busy for me in November. I don't even know what. I'm telling you, I went crazy this year. I just booked and booked. So the next one is consignment shopping, which is all along the coast. And that is going to be $45. And then the next one, was that all I had? Yeah. And then this one here in December is Holiday Lights on the Water in Conway. And that's $40. So that's a nice boat ride out to look at the holiday lights. And you know what? The same guy would, if you look at the video that where I went to from Murray's Inlet to Georgetown, that H2O excursions, they're the same ones. I spoke to the captain there, and he says, yeah, he also does this trip out of Conway. So it was a really nice boat trip, soft leather. I mean, really, really nice. So yeah, for 40 bucks, woo, love that. Can't wait for that, to see the holiday lights on the water. Okay, so let's see. In December also, now this one was kind of expensive for a one day, but it is something I think is rarity. It's so different. It's not like anything you can really see it just anywhere. So for me, it was special to put out a little extra money on something that it's just different. It's just different. So to me, that made it worth it, the splurge. And this is in December. It's called Owls at Night, Birds of Prey. I mean, oh my God, I love owls. Yeah, so that's going to be an evening thing, and that's in Owenda, South Carolina, and that's $160. But like I said, that's something that's going to be a little special. You don't see that just anywhere. So October 7th, I went out like I was just telling you, the HTO excursions from Myrtle's Inlet to Georgetown, and beautiful. They pulled right up to the dock where you could get right out, have lunch, walk around, and get right back on the boat. And it was a small group of us, only 2, 4, maybe. There was probably like 6 or 8 of us on the boat. Yeah, it was a pontoon boat. Oh, loved it. So anyway, that was $100. And that was just a gorgeous trip. So here's another one coming up, which in November, it's a Creche Festival, $75. I was just telling you, we went to Congaree National Park, and that was $80. Now, mind you, all of these I'm reading to you is like in a quarter. So they have in January, they'll put out a schedule for the spring. And then in the summer, there's no trips because it's really hot. There's bugs, it's just too hot. So, you'll see it the spring, nothing in the summer. And then they put out the fall, which is what this one is, to the end of the year. So, this is basically what I'm reading to you now is just the fall trips that I chose. So also coming up on the middle of December is Karen Beasley Turtle Hospital. And that is in Topsail Beach in North Carolina. And that is $60. And then we went on a Plantation River airboat ride. Okay. And we went on that September, I think. September 2nd, we went on that. And that was my first ever airboat ride. and whoo, are they loud. Oh, but also that was the first time I ever seen a alligator. Yes, they were swimming around the boat, but it wasn't scary. I mean, they were baby alligators. Thank God. They were just baby. And there was only like maybe two or three of them. I figure worst case scenario, I could probably take them. You know, they were little. They were cute actually. So that was something really different. An airboat ride. I mean, and then to go see the alligators, that was really something different. So that was $80. And then we, of course, we went and had a nice lunch after that where I'm telling you, they do these special things, these two owners. They ordered, I can't even believe I tried it, but they ordered alligator bites at the restaurant just to try them as an appetizer so everybody could try alligator bites. So yeah, I did. I tried it. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't bad. They say it was kind of like chicken, but not really. Breaded, kind of like a chicken, but not really. I don't know. I mean, it was okay. I don't think I'd ever order it because just the thought of it, I don't think that would be something I would order on my own. But it was very interesting to try it. And I have to say that is what I really love about this group is I think it's affordable. These trips that I'm doing, and and they just make it special. And it's so funny because you know my family and friends, they see me out doing all these things and they think, oh boy, she's got to be loaded. No, just know how to find a deal. So anyhow, I hope that this gives you, that was my list of the things that I chose. There was a lot more for just this this fall excursions. I just want to mention also that they have classes where they do crafts. So if you want to go just meet up and do a craft group with them, they have a game a night. If you want to meet up and do some games, crafts, games. There was something. Oh, you know what else they do is they meet up for like lunches for international different foods and stuff like that. So they go have like these brunches and stuff like that. So yeah, they even do classes and things like that. Yeah, we were at the last trip we were just down in the mountains. She was collecting leaves because their craft project also had something to do with you needed leaves to make something. So it was yeah, pretty cool. I have to say, I'm never bored here. Never, never, never. In fact, I might even pull it back a bit because this year I did a real lot. And of course, there's things going, you could go walk on the beach and that doesn't cost anything. And, certain times a year, you don't even pay for parking. Let me see. A lot of times I enjoy going and walking around Market Common. I'll have to video that for you guys. Market Common, I love. And when I first got here, it was like one of my favorite things to do was just to go there and walk around. And I love that they have speakers in the ground where when you're walking, you can hear the music out on the, when you're out doing your walks. And it's a big, people live there. It's a community, but it's also shopping. There's a bowling alley. There's a movie theater, all right there. So that's a lot of fun. In fact, I got to make a note to film that. I just did a film on the outlets in North Myrtle. So yeah, That's another one that I could do a video on for you guys. So I'm telling you, these are the types of things um, that I do on a pretty regular basis. They have an awesome movie theater here where the seats recline, and they got you know, the built-in cup holders, and uh, oh my God, I don't know where you're at when you're looking at this film, but I was from Connecticut, so I could tell you I never seen anything like what was going on down here. And when it came to things were so like, I don't know, modern or just different. It really blew my mind. You can order food delivered on the app from the cinema, delivered to your seat. What? What? I saw that. Somebody having that done, and I looked on the app, and sure enough, there it was. You can order delivery to your seats. So, I mean, there's just things like that that are just, I just think it's kind of cool, but, I probably wouldn't do it, but I mean, it's cool that you can, and it was interesting to see. So I think, on top of that, they have a lot of um, farmers markets here, craft shows here, shows at the convention center. Um, and yeah, it's pretty cheap, $5 or $10 to get into the convention center, and, big craft things and all kinds of that. I mean, I really love here that there's so much to do. So I don't regret for 1 minute my decision to move here. I mean, it's definitely a home. I love that there's so much to do. So, like I said, festivals, farmers markets, all that stuff going on. Tons of tag sales, garage sales. Oh God, in the churches always have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of trips. Um, and also, there is, I signed up for a lot of stuff at the OLLI program at the university, which has, I've been doing, well, I just started. You know what? I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to do a video on that so you guys can see and get more information. But that's another very affordable thing here, just to touch base a little bit on it, that you can do, like I joined, it's $40 membership to join it. And it's, I joined the gaming club. We meet once a month to do games, to play games. Sometimes the libraries have, for no charge, card games you could get in on. And again, I met nice people, made some nice friends at that game group, because we go every month. You meet the same people, so you build up a relationship. And they have a lot of classes there. I just took a Canva class there. So I'll do a video on that too. I got to make a note here. So you guys, as I'm talking, I'm thinking of things. And yeah, I could do let me make a note here. I will do OLLI for you guys, and then Market Common. And also my living costs here. And then when you guys, if you guys put stuff in the comments, if there's anything else you want to know about, I can do videos on, yeah, just drop it in the comments. Anyway, so I think that pretty much covers everything I wanted to go over, just giving you guys an idea of, and you know what too? Broadway at the beach. Yeah, I can kind of film that for you guys too, but that doesn't cost. I just go walking around there, and yeah, that's a really awesome place. I'll have to do a video on that, and that doesn't cost anything either, and that's like 10 minutes down the road for me. So there's a lot of places to go walking to get exercise. I do Market Common, Broadway at the beach. Um, yeah. So yeah, let me write that down too, because I gotta do that for you guys too. Broadway. Okay, guys. That's it for me. And thanks for joining, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao. Yeah, this time I mean it. Ciao.